This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, so Eddie Hearn spoke 2 seconds out and gave his top 5 current heavyweights. And there's not too much to argue with, really. We could nitpick a little bit for sure. But Eddie Hearn's number 1 is Anthony Joshua. Number 2 is Tyson Fury. Number 3, Dillian Whyte. Number 4, Deontay Wilder. Number 5, Oleksandr Usyk. Now, if I was to be really critical of this one and try and give my own version, personally, I wouldn't have Usyk in the top 5 right now because he's not proven at heavyweight. I know he's undisputed cruiserweight world champion, still undefeated, and he has a very decent fight on May the 25th against Carlos Takam. For me personally, I'll wait and see how he gets on with Carlos Takam. If he dominates him, stops him, or just a one-sided beatdown, whatever it may be, sure. Okay, but for me, I think I'll probably put a Povetkin or a Luis Ortiz above Usyk just right now. Okay, bear in mind, this is for heavyweight. This is not a pound for pound list. This is a heavyweight. But listen, who knows? Maybe Usyk will be there. Maybe Usyk could be higher. Who knows? Wilder to be number 4. Again, I mean, if you were to take the WBC title out of it, would anybody really have Wilder in the top 5? Probably not, to be fair, because his skill set is absolutely awful. And it's been proven that as he's moving up in competition, he's diminishing quite a lot. So, I mean, a 4 is kind of fair enough in some ways, purely out of respect, out of the fact that he is a WBC champion. But again, you probably put a Povetkin above him, in my honest opinion. But Dillian Whyte, number 3, so he has him above Wilder. I certainly have him above Wilder. I think most people would. Anybody who knows anything about boxing probably would, right? But behind Tyson Fury, maybe Tyson Fury is number 2. Maybe. Some people probably have him number 1. Some people will probably say, but his draw, if you want to call it a draw, in reality it is a draw. But I think most people said that he beat Wilder, but people say that Wilder's just that bad. Okay, but Tyson Fury is still on the comeback. He hasn't reached his full peak potential yet. He's not fully back yet. In a couple of fights' time, that's when we're going to see Tyson Fury. That's when we can't give any more excuses about the fact that he's been out of the ring and all that weight and etc, etc. Okay, so to put him as number 2, I'm not too sure. Personally, I'll probably have Dillian Whyte as number 2 rather than Tyson Fury right now. But in a couple of fights' time, who knows? Because, as I said, Tyson Fury is certainly improving. That's for sure. But number 1, Anthony Joshua, I think that should be pretty clear-cut across everyone's. Okay? Purely because he is the unified heavyweight champion. He has an outstanding resume. Outstanding. Okay, and of course he's now going to be travelling to America as well. So, yeah, big props to Anthony Joshua, and I agree with him right now, number 1. Now, that's not to say that any of these guys can't beat another guy on their day. That's not to say that at all, okay? This isn't a computer game, okay? Once you defeat one, then that means you can defeat everyone else. It doesn't work that way. These guys, in my opinion, those top 4 at least anyway, could all fight each other and could all legitimately beat each other and legitimately lose to each other on the day. With Usyk, who knows? Who honestly knows? Personally, depending on how he looks against Takam, but as of right now, because he hasn't had a fight at heavyweight, I will probably put Povetkin in there at number 5, maybe a Joseph Parker, and then maybe Luis Ortiz just after that. But again, I would have those guys outside of Luis Ortiz above Wilder too. For me, Wilder wouldn't feature in my top 5, but you'd have to do it just out of respect because he's WBC heavyweight champion. Anyway, I mean, that's Eddie Hearn's list. So number 1, Joshua. Number 2, Tyson Fury. 3, Dillian Whyte. 4, Deontay Wilder. 5, Oleksandr Usyk. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.